Hello friends, Juno here, and I'm going to be showing you guys a behind the scenes look at the first Champaign PR video, Champaign Awakening. To start this video off, I just wanted to go through pretty much the entire video and talk about my techniques, my references, everything that I used to sort of make the video more Fire Emblem-like. And starting off with the intro, we have just the splash screen of Champaign Awakening. This logo was designed by Profound, and I just added in the press any button logo. It's simply just a line of text that fades in and out. Nothing too fancy there. This title screen is meant to exactly replicate that of the Fire Emblem Awakening title screen. And of course I wasn't able to perfectly copy it, but I was able to get it to look somewhat similar. And moving on, the opening scenes here are clips that I thought people would enjoy. I didn't particularly have enough time to fit all the clips that I wanted to, so I just chose what I thought were the funniest clips to watch. And that includes Sri's laser camping. But other than that, there wasn't much effort put into this part. It was simply to lead up to the first big edit, which is the player phase / victory condition that shows up at the beginning of every Fire Emblem map. Now, in order to make this part, I had to use this thing called keyframing, which is a method of animation. Now, in order to do keyframing, we have this window here. Anything that is inside of this box with the F inside will be displayed directly to the screen. Anything that's not in the box will not be displayed. This is a simple concept that a lot of video editors should learn. Now, in order to animate the text, we first create a starting point. So we set the text to be outside of the box, because we don't want to see it at the start. And then we set the text to be in the center of the box sometime after. And now the program knows to animate this box such that we're able to see the motion. So we'll see the top 10 player fly in from the left side to the center of the screen. The box behind the text is animated in exactly the same way. I shrink the box so that you don't see anything, and then expand it slowly so that it looks smooth. Now we're going to fast forward here a little bit because I feel that I would be repeating myself if we went through every single player in order, and we don't want to hear that. So we're going to skip forward to Moniker's section because I feel like I spent a lot of time thinking about his in a creative sense. And we're going to start off with the critical hit. Now in Fire Emblem Awakening, when a skill activates, your character glows and they shout out some sort of quote before they pull off their super secret cool move. So I just copied it and made a solar flare, I believe, a sunburst rather, and I added it to the still frame. So if we take a look, I can actually move the position of this light, and that's pretty much the start of the crit animation. But moving on, we have the animated image. All of the images that pop in were created by Profound. He added the character renders to a background with lightning in it, and then I just keyframed it so that it looked like the original source material. And I felt that since Moniker is a Fire Emblem character, why not include experience? This part was actually kind of tricky because I had to rip game footage from YouTube, and so I actually masked out the experience bar being animated into the screen. So the experience bar appears, and I actually put Corrin's sprite over the character next to the experience bar, and it doesn't really look like the character is still there, but you can see it if you look really closely. As we get to the end of Moniker's section, I actually added in a dialogue box because I felt that his path being clear is something you just have to make note of. So I googled up the dialogue box from Fire Emblem Fates, I slapped it on the video, and then I added text that was of similar color to the original source material, and then I just animated it.
My path is clear.
I said I wasn't going to go through every player, but I felt like Sri's part is a very important part because a lot of people probably didn't even realize this, but I think it's an interesting bit, so let's talk about this. So I did for Sri the exact same things I did for Moniker and everybody else in the entire video. The thing that makes Sri special is he actually copies the skill Lethality, which in Fire Emblem, one-hit KOs your opponent. Now, to accompany this is a very cool still frame where the enemy is just completely obliterated by your attack and the screen goes red and everything besides the background is black. Now, the convenient part for me is that turning everything on the screen black actually made it look like blood. So this part was really tricky because I had to find some way in order to trace Fox and Corrin so that I could isolate them and make them black while still making the background red. And in order to do this, I used green screens. So I took a modded stage, up-smashed Corrin with Fox, and then I recorded it. So, funny enough, Fox up-smashes Corrin on Orbital Gate Assault, but this still image is not even on Orbital Gate Assault. It's actually on this green screen stage where Fox is the red color and not the default color. Now, the only reason I chose the red color is because Fox's pants are green in his default color, so I didn't want any shenanigans happening with the green screen there. Same thing for Corrin. Corrin is red color, not green. So interestingly enough, the animation where Fox up-smashes Corrin fades directly back into the Orbital Gate Assault image. And as you can see, Fox overlaps nearly perfectly, such that you cannot even tell that they were two separate scenes at all. And so we bring ourselves towards the end, where all the 10 players are announced one final time before being revealed in the final image. Now, this part was something I had a lot of fun with because I really wanted people to be taken aback by this new image that Profound had created. I really wanted that feeling of shock to be there. And so I had used the Fire Emblem Awakening cover art throughout the entire video in the loading screens in between players, so that you sort of got used to how it looked. And I bring it back once more in the very end. I wanted to announce the names one by one so that you got a good look at who was in what number. And so I masked out each name and I moved upwards one by one. I just moved the location of the text so that it was in the center instead of in the left. And of course we have the players with all of their mains in the background doing fun stuff. This footage of Cloud, Jigglypuff, etc. was all recorded on Omega 75M. And I just removed the black backgrounds so that all you could see was the character. And there are actually a couple of flubs where you can actually see parts of the game. So I think in Profound's image, he jumps so incredibly high in jump mode that you can actually see the top railings of the stage. And in Tyroi's part, you can actually see the arrows in training mode indicating that you're too far from the opponent right here. I forgot to cut that out, but it's not really something you'll notice if you're not looking for it. And finally we fade out and we slide the names back to their original positions before revealing the final image in a crossfade. Hope you guys enjoyed the behind the scenes look at the first PR video. Please let me know how you thought it went, if I was detailed enough, if I was too detailed, etc. It was nice getting to revisit the first PR video and I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you guys in the next video.